sectors, treated separately, came a distant second and third as the sectors that had made up the top three investment magnets. Investments in manufacturing in 2023, which stood at $1.5 billion, constituted 39% of the total capital importation during the year. Foreign investments to Nigeria shrank by $1.5 billion to $3.8 billion against $5.4 billion recorded in 2022. By type, other investments attracted $2.37 billion to the total capital importation, followed by portfolio investment at $1.1 billion, and foreign direct investment brought in $377.3 million. Lagos State was the top destination in 2023 with $2.5 billion, followed by Abuja with $1.1 billion. Abia and Rivers States recorded $150 million and $6 million, respectively. We'll take another break to bring you foreign news. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Biscon TV News. Now to foreign news. A spokeswoman for the late Alexei Navalny has said that Russian authorities had told his mother he would be buried in the penal colony where he died unless she agreed within 3 hours to lay him to rest without a public funeral. Navalny, the best-known political opponent of President Vladimir Putin, died suddenly a week ago in the Arctic penal colony, where he had been serving sentences totaling more than 30 years. His mother, Lyudmila, 69, has been demanding for days that authorities hand over his body to be buried in a way that will allow his friends, family and supporters to pay their respects. Yarmash said Navalny's mother was refusing and continuing to demand that his body be handed to her. However, there was no immediate comment from the authorities as of the time of filing this report. You're watching Biscon TV News. Still to come is sports news.
This is Biscon TV Sport News. Now, ahead of the 2024 Olympic Games qualification match against Indomitable Lioness on Friday, the Super Falcons have 20 players in their camp in Douala, Cameroon, on Wednesday night. 19 players made the trip to Douala for the match. To boost their number, versatile Sevilla of Spain player Tony Payne arrived at the team's camp on Thursday. Payne also participated in the team's evening practice at the Stade de la Reunification in Douala, the venue of the game. Uchenna Kanu is the only player being expected in camp at the time of filing this report. The match will kick off at 6 p.m. Nigerian time. The second leg will take place at Abuja's Moshood Abiola Stadium on Monday. Arsenal legend Paul Merson has predicted the Premier League fixtures taking place this weekend. Manchester United will host Fulham on Saturday evening at Old Trafford, while Manchester City will clash with Bournemouth Arsenal will tackle Newcastle United at Emirates Stadium on Saturday night, while Wolves will take on Sheffield United on Sunday. However, the match between Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur at Stamford Bridge has been postponed due to the Carabao Cup final between the Blues and Liverpool on Sunday at Wembley Stadium. That's the end of sport news for today.
Hello and welcome to Showbiz News. Netizens express mixed reactions as a bride in a long gown is seen crawling a distance to present a cake to her in-laws during the wedding reception. The bride can be seen crawling from one end of the hall as her in-laws were waiting behind the table at the other end in the clip that was actually captured during the wedding celebration. While crawling, the bride struggles to grasp the gown in the other hand to prevent herself from falling, while at the same time carrying the cake in one hand. The bride is seen sculling intermittently while she carries on her assignment, clearly straining. Watching her, the guests do nothing to assist her. When she eventually gets to her in-laws' table, they take the cake from her and give her a hug and assistance getting up. Now, moving on to fashion glam. Today, we're taking a look at the history of handbags. A handbag, commonly known as a purse in North American English, is a handled medium to large bag used to carry personal items. It has been called a pocketbook in different parts of the world. During the ancient period, bags were utilized to carry various items, including flint, tools, supplies, weapons, and currency. Early examples of these bags have been uncovered in Egyptian burial sites c. 2686 to 2160 BCE and were made of leather with two straps or handles for carrying or suspending from a stick. The ancient Greeks made use of leather, papyrus, and linen purses known as bistra to store coins, which is the etymological origin of the English word purse. The emergence of money further inspired the creation of drawstring purses, most commonly hung from a belt or kept in clothing folds. Until the late 1700s, both men and women carried bags. Early modern Europeans wore purses for one sole purpose: to carry coins. Purses were made of soft fabric or leather and were worn by men as often as ladies. The Scottish purran is a survivor of this custom. The oldest known purse dates back more than 5,000 years and was a pouch worn by man, Odze the Iceman. And that's all we have for you today on Showbiz News.
Welcome back, and that's the news on Biscon Television. Before we go, a recap of the major points. On the national scene, why 2023 presidential election results failed to upload on INEC reveals. Remarkable soul, VP Shatima pays final respect to late Akeredolu. In business news, FDI in manufacturing rises by $644 million, says MBS. On the foreign scene, Navalny spokeswoman says Russian authorities give mother ultimatum over burial. And in the world of sports, Paul Merson predicts Arsenal versus Newcastle, Man United City, other fixtures. And other news on Biscon Television, compiled and produced by Temilova Avalang. Now the last line. For every reason it's not possible, there are hundreds of people who have faced the same circumstances and succeeded. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Stella Opara.
Your Excellency. Number 11009. Hold on. So I said, so machine àkọ́kọ́ ní 19 yẹn. So machine kejì ní 19. Ikú bá pa ẹ òní. Tàmá ṣe òní. Your Excellency, Your Excellency. Only a while, a man jumped down. Is gone. Hello, láti wọ́n fẹ́ wá dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ sẹ́lẹ̀tọ̀ wa ní ìṣẹ́jú kan péré ẹ̀kísà kọ́lẹ̀ ní àìlú ẹ̀kọ́ sà. Wọ́n fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ sẹ́lẹ̀tọ̀ wa ní ìṣẹ́jú kan péré.
Ọ̀gá wa Olúgbénga Daniel mo kí yín.
Ó yá ward one.
Mo kí ẹ̀yin Olúfúnkẹ́ Daniel mo kí ẹ̀yin náà. Lábẹ́ òun la fẹ́ fi fún ọ̀gá wa ní fíìmù yìí lórí iṣẹ́ ribiribi tí wọ́n ṣe nígbà tí wọ́n wà ní ipò gómìnà àtẹ́lẹ̀ tí wọ́n tún ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí náà ọlọ́mọdé oṣù yín ọlọ́mọdé orẹ́ yìí ọlọ́mọdé láti wẹ́kẹ́ láti jìnnà lórúkọ ọlọ́run ọ̀làlá ilá ìlàlá aláwọ̀ nàbìdù àyíká wàwà tìtànàbí ìjàbàtìkà wàkọ́dídà àwọn nàkàtàmà àmàrìtánà fa ájìbù nàkàmà wà tìtànà yà sàlì jalal wal kirami iná fúnmíyàdà orúkọ oríwá àwàlẹ́gbẹ́ níbi gbogbo lórílẹ̀-èdè.
Local government branch. This is a coordinating body for all the youth in Ijebu-Ode local government. As you are the grand patron, the former grand patron of the youth gathering at the state level, we understand that you know better about this. It is our appeal that for these days you have come to our local government. We know your capacity and you know what you can do for the youth. We do not want to stretch you, but we must say this because you are the father of the youth. On this note, we appreciate what you have been doing before, and today,
ticket number 076.
Build the youth. Build the youth. Thank you very much, sir.
07827. 0827. What one? Going. Any agitator machine going. Wow.
Coordinator of South.
Oh yeah.
Here in Ijebu-Ode.
What? One night Ijebu-Ode.
This English name.
Thank you, please be fast. The journalists and pressmen and military men in uniform, you are all welcome. Sir, we like you to follow you with the South Station Akwa Ibom, which I come from. Due to all good things that you did in Ogun State, right from your governor time, despite that the first person that you picked as non-indigenous so did not share anything to others group, apart from taking by himself. We came here. In any place that you go, sir, we are ready to follow you. I pray for you, all the South and Akwa Ibom pray for you to go second and go as a president of the nation. Because when you know is strong, I believe God. Sir, we lack one thing. We don't need motto from you because you cannot go give or you give everybody motto. We need an hall which Akwa Ibom or South can say and do a meeting here in Ijebu lands. We need your help. Some of our people, they are farmers, they are workers, and we don't see anything. But we don't blame you because you have been doing that. You have been doing that. It is only one person embezzle it. Now, we the South, we know ourselves for the 6 states. Anything that happened called the South. The non-religion break like a paper, which I'm the founder of non-religion here in Ogun State. Somebody who came somewhere, I'm a claimed president of non-religion. I don't know a president of a nation can be divided into 10 or 5 or 20. The former president of non-religion was Dr. Dunatex. But somebody came, Shagamu president, Yebu president, Abeokuta president. I now tell you today, sir, remember the South South. May God bless Nigeria, bless Ogun State.
A sì rí ìgbà ìgbaniníyànjú yín láàrin wa. Àgbàdúrà pé àkókò yín láàrin wa. Pàápàá lórí àpèlé tẹ́ wà yìí, mo gbàdúrà pé ayọ̀ àtàlàáfíà lè máa fi lò lórúkọ Jésù. Ọlọ́run bá fagbó ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ìgbà máa rí wọn. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ohun tí a ní ìrètí ìgbà wọ̀nyí sà, gẹ́gẹ́ bí Lekan Association. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ sà, àwa náà nílò ohun kan látọ̀dọ̀ bí empowerment. A nílò àwọn iṣẹ́ ìgbàlódé èyí tó jẹ́ pé tí a bá gbé dání á jẹ́ ohun tí ó jẹ́ ohun àmúyangàn fún wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí good technician láti sọ pé dá òkè láti jẹ̀bọ́dé àwa náà lè jọ pé a lè rí èèyàn tọ́ka sí láti pé àfààní àpájùlọ ní ìjẹ̀bọ́dé. À ń fẹ́ bí iná máa yẹ jẹ́ ohun àmúyangàn ní ìlú Ìjẹ̀bọ́dé. Gbogbo nǹkan báyìí là ń fẹ́ pé kí ẹjọ́ ẹ̀fọn lágbára pàápàá jùlọ láàrin Ìjẹ̀bọ́dé. Ó jẹ́ ohun ìyàlẹ́nu dé pé àwọn NEPA wọ́n fẹ́ kó ìràwọ̀ àwọn license contractor wọ́n fẹ́ kó wọlé. Ó lè jẹ́ pé gbogbo nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé license contractor máa ṣe àwọn nǹkan fẹ́ pé wọ́n ti fẹ́ kọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ àsẹ́yìn. À nílò agbára àti àtìlẹ́yìn.
Ẹ ṣé o.
Ọlọ́run á sì ràn lọ́wọ́.
Up Lekan 0732. Up Lekan 0732. Hold on. bàbá.
They know all the songs. We are part of industry. That's why the newspaper is not confused.
MBBS, PhD, OFR, MRCP, and many others, is a quintessential medical scholar on one hand, and a suave socialite and an astute business entrepreneur of impeccable pedigree and integrity. I've known him since 1969. When I got into medical school, he was already out of medical school and trying to do his house job, and we met at that time, and we were impressed with his very affable personality, and I've been his friend ever since then, so I call him my Emo.
I call him my great Emo. The Odori is a man of vision. He's very visionary.
People just respected him. That's how he became a doctor to thousands of people. And of course, that led to his success when they went to form the ECO Hospital, EKO Hospital, with his former late partners. He was a very strong pillar of that tribe.
The Honorable Dr. Chief Dr. Sonny Kuku was always a very result-oriented individual. And for that, I think the hospital will beyond being one of the first private PLC hospitals in the nation. It's one of the first private hospitals to also be a teaching hospital.
Of our best in thinking, in development, in troubleshooting, in problem solving.
He's someone who gets to the pinnacle of whatever he touches. When he became the chairman of EcoBank, he became the chairman of all chairmen of all banks. And as a chief, he became the head of all the chiefs.
I'm a true son of the soil of Ijebu. I was born to the Kuku family. In fact, Balogun Kuku was my great-grandfather. And once you are born, it's put into your head that you are from the famous Kuku family.
And the Kuku family, they are forces to be reckoned with in Ijebu. And by the grace of God, Sonny is now the head of that Kuku family. Abi Kuku ní ọdún 1845, ó kú ní 1907. Late Chief Bello Odoyinbo Kuku, ó jẹ́ àkàndá ọkùnrin kan. Òun nìkan nìyẹn bí sáyé. Ipa tó kó ní Ìjẹ̀bú ó pọ̀ jù. Kuku is a great warrior. Jagunjagun. Ìgbà tó gun làgbọ́n dé. Wọ́n lẹ́nu rẹ̀. Kuku iná ni. Ìgbàgbọ́n ọ̀nà ẹ̀pẹ́ tí àwọn British náà wá tó ń bọ̀. Wọ́n fẹ́ gba ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn lẹ́bí.
Ìgbà tí kò wà láyé gbogbo ń lò bàdàn àwọn kékeré ló máa ń lọ sí ìjọba láti ọba They will be born to be man to be about to family. Be about or without be about it. If I not the first year, I'm going to about a shoe full of song. When you one call on by a Sabu, me, or yeah, I'm Sabu.
Kuku family has produced 3 balogons, and the Kuku family has ridden in the Ojude for over 100 years, non-stop. But something interesting happened. The KBC, on prayers from the family, decided to give a hereditary title to Kuku family and chose the title of Olorugu. That actually is Oloriogu. That Oloriogu is the head of Owo.
Before the advent of colonial masters, we had our own system of governance. The king will hold forth. Right now, we have the Council of Obas, that is the Ijebu Traditional Council, consisting of about 2 members, that is the apex. Then you have the Council of Otobas, you have the Council of Chiefs. Within the Ijebu, we have the Olorituns, and to serve the whole of the entire Ijebu land, we have the regulars. So they contribute in their respective ways.
I'm privileged and honored to be chairman of the Council of Abutale Chiefs. Now, when I say groups of chiefs, there are chiefs in Ijebu classified, they're all classed. You have the Pampas, who are the people. That's like the parliament. Then, after that, you have the Oshubos. They are like the law enforcement chiefs. And then you have the Lamure. The Lamures are the members of cabinet for KBC.
The title of Benioja, before the ascension of Adetono, was like any other title. And it's a title that from that moment, the title of Benioja emerged.
In terms of the title that is taken out of Benioja, I could say that this is the right man for this position. It's a position that requires somebody with a lot of wisdom.
The Obenioja is like the Prime Minister. So he is the highest ranking chief in the palace. In fact, the word Oja there is not market. The word Oja there refers to the palace.
In the old Ijebu tradition, had to do with the management of the community leader.
But he also has other roles. There is we are the kingmakers, and normally when the KBC gets old and passes on, these kingmakers are the ones who announce the next king, and he is the chairman. Also, when there is a vacancy in the stool, in the paramount global stool, he is the regent.
So the people of versatile character, like Coco, who will practice investment, who will be found in the stock exchange, who will be found in the bank, and so many other things.
It is not a hereditary title. So it didn't pass from my uncle, Chief Kuku, to me because it running in the family. You know. It was an independent assessment, and it just happened to be that it's a Kuku that the KBC felt was the most appropriate person to take that position.
We had Timothy Adola Adutola, We also ride Shibayo Kuku. These people are formidable, they are all right. The current one is no less a distinguished personality.
Chief Odutola, of course, held it for a long time, gave it all the glory. I mean, you know, the title you hold, it is the person who is carrying it that does that. And my uncle Chiba Kuku, Chief Odutola was his hero. In fact, that was his biggest ambition to be like him. In fact, he succeeded because he was also chairman of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. That's Chiba Kuku. He went to his school, the electoral school, and then he became the bread. I think he felt fulfilled.
And we commend the sagacity and the initiative of Kabesi for bringing such a matured, qualified, capable, for the field of traditional culture. It's a phenomenon.
I think for a man who cherishes his cultures and traditions, is a man who is going to bring peace to the community, who's going to bring, with a lot of fervor, he's going to make sure that he works for the people, has their welfare in mind, make sure that he uplifts the whole of the Ijebu land and the kingdom.
He's at home with people. He's at home with seeing to the welfare of those that are around him. And that is a very big quality.
He's so down to earth that there's nobody that knows him that will not appreciate who he is. He's somebody that he doesn't have any fear around him. He feels with everybody. He's somebody that always willing to help.
In fact, it's so appropriate, reassuring, and so dignifying of the Awujale to have selected and appointed such a versatile, a brilliant, accommodating individual.
He's been on the forefront of so many things for so many years. And to still be at the top, to still be interacting, driving the culture, driving the way forward, his legacy in terms of his achievements beyond medical school. You know, most professional doctors, most doctors, you know, with the length of time for education to become a doctor, you know, normally remain in a niche field, but he's expanded well beyond that. One of the things I've been working on in the last 2 years is to create a strategy, and we've gone very far with getting a think tank who will in fact, first of all, tell us the strategy. How do we bring the economy of Ijebu back to where it should be? The infrastructure, the health, the social welfare, the security. This will be, it's not a fire brigade thing. To do it properly, if all I can even achieve is to get that structure on ground, and get it moving, things should just change dramatically. And that has been the way I've run all the enterprises that I've been part of, which is why many people really can't understand how I could rise in those areas that have nothing to do with medicine. They feel doctors are just people who carry stethoscopes and all. But it's the same principle.
The expectation of the Ijebu people will be justified because they know him. Is with them all the time. They know his character, they know his background, they know his pedigree.
He's a great promoter of the culture. If you look at Ojudoba, he has more than become a symbol of Ojudoba.
When you're planning development, you have various sectors, and we've talked about industries and all. So this is now the culture, that the tradition, tourism and all. And that's one area now that Ijebu has done very well. That area of tradition. The Ujujeba attracts people from all over the world. That's what's in the here. But there are other areas in Ijebu that can become a tourist haven, and they can be developed. But essentially, without infrastructure, that it will not work. It won't work. So we need to support it.
As a chief of the Aljami, or as chiefs of the Aljami, we must be seen first and foremost as his advisors in any application pertaining to the education, the development, the culture, the tradition of the Jebus.
Does everything. Bear in mind the necessity, the desirability of retaining what the Jebus are known for, that is Omolabi, a thoroughbred person.
I think this is a very befitting title, a very appropriate title. I'm so happy and I'm so proud of the fact that he's been recognized for his endeavors and for his efforts, and long may he continue.
Things can only be more advanced and prosperous for the Ijebu community by installing Sonikoku as the next Obenyoja. I want to pray for him that God Almighty will stand by him, will guide him, will give him good health, long life, and all that it takes to perform in that office.
Ojúṣe fún gbogbo wa la máa ṣe nígbà tẹ́lẹ̀ ìgbà tó máa dá fún àwọn èèyàn wa ni.